Hi friends, I'm Emily Retro, and today we're going to be talking all about vintage blow molds. I talk about vintage blow molds all the time on my Instagram, and it never fails. There's at least one person every time that says, "What's a blow mold?" And I think a lot of us vintage lovers are so used to them, but we might not know the history and why they're so popular, so I figured it's about time we talk about them. Blow molds are plastic hollow figures that can be placed inside or outside. Generally, the most popular ones have lights, and they're highly collectible and very expensive. But the blow mold itself doesn't have to have a light. For instance, this trick-or-treat pail is a blow mold, even though there's no light. A blow mold is the actual plastic figure itself, but the really popular ones do have the lights. The lights generally can come out super easily in case you want to replace the bulb. And I do have a tip for you. Sometimes you'll see blow molds at antique stores or flea markets, and they'll be marked down because they don't have a light. And you can easily buy replacement lights on Amazon. I always have some on hand in my house for whenever I find a blow mold that doesn't have a light, then I have it ready to go. So I will link those replacement lights below. They're really affordable, and then you can get a better deal on a blow mold because it's missing its light. And I also like buying the new ones anyway because I feel like they're more energy efficient than the ones from the 50s. And if you light up a ton of blow molds for the holiday season, then that can really add up. So why exactly are they called a blow mold? Well, it's all about the manufacturing process of how they're made. So raw plastic will be put inside a mold, and then pressurized air will be pushed into that plastic, and then the plastic will expand into that mold. And then that's how these are created. The first and most popular blow mold that was mass produced was the pink lawn flamingos that are all kitschy cute in front of trailers and campers, and some people put them in front of their houses. Those were created by Featherstone, who is the most famous blow mold artist out there. His blow molds are very collectible, and a lot of them even have it written on there that they're made by Featherstone. He made the Dracula blow mold that I own, and it does say Featherstone at the bottom. Featherstone's blow molds can be super expensive. I will link them below so you can look at the prices. So if you come across one by him, that's pretty exciting, and you can definitely see how much it's worth. If you have a blow mold and you're not sure how much it's worth, I do have a blog post that explains how to look up the price of something that you own, so I will link that blog post below. Some blow molds are really expensive, like my Dracula one is the one that is worth the most. These trick-or-treat pails are really affordable and really cheap. They're not expensive. And then this blow mold is right in between. This is one of the more affordable ones that you can purchase. Little tabletop ones are generally cheaper, but it does depend on the item. For instance, this church isn't nearly as common as one of these, so it's worth a bit more. Blow molds started in the 1940s, but were most popular in the 1950s through the 1970s, and then they started to die out, and most recently have had a resurgence where they're really, really popular and collectible. And why are blow molds so popular right now? I think they are because of the pure nostalgia that a lot of people have of these blow molds. My Oma and Opa had a huge 4 to 5 foot tall blow mold snowman, and they would plug it into their backyard, and at Christmas dinner we'd all be sitting at the dining room table, and I could see that snowman blow mold from where I was sitting having Christmas dinner with my family, and I loved it, and I didn't really appreciate it at the time. And when my Opa died when I was 15, there was an estate sale, and I'm sure it got sold, and later I remembered it and I really wanted to have one. And about 10 years later, when I was 25, I went to an estate sale and I found that same blow mold for $5, which is insane. I never find blow molds for $5, and especially a huge one at that. And that estate sale that I went to was about a 5-minute drive from my Oma and Opa's house. So who knows, maybe it's the same one. I put it out on my front steps outside every year for Christmas so that little kids that ride by in their cars can see my house lit up and get excited and have nostalgia for Christmas lights just like I did. So I feel like that's a big reason why they're really collectible. Also right now, Pyrex is really popular. Cookie jars had a moment before. And I think those are things that people remember in their mom's kitchen and in their grandma's kitchen. and it just holds a lot of memories and nostalgia for us that we want to have a physical piece of that memory in our lives. I think another reason blow molds are so popular is because of movies. For instance, Christmas Vacation. Okay, this is not the blow mold that's in Christmas Vacation, but I'm just gonna use this as an example. In Christmas Vacation, half the movie is about Clark Griswold trying to light up his house for Christmas. And when he gets so frustrated that it won't light up, you see him take this blow mold that he has in the yard. It's like Santa's sleigh and all these separate blow mold reindeer, and he just gives him a beating. He's kicking them, he's throwing them. And if you've ever seen how much those blow molds cost on eBay, I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that they're featured in Christmas Vacation. This is nothing like it. This set is much more affordable, but I still love this one, and it's honestly probably the closest I will ever get to owning that set. You also see blow molds featured in movies like A Christmas Story, and whenever I spot blow molds in a movie, I get so excited. Most recently, 2 modern TV shows have featured them as well. Stranger Things, I think it was season 2, there's a big Halloween trick-or-treating scene, and there's someone that has a yard that's a cemetery, and they have all kinds of blow mold tombstones and ghosts. And in the Disney Plus show Loki, which is a Marvel series, there was a big scene with tons of Christmas blow molds, and I was very excited about it. So they're definitely having a moment right now. A lot of blow molds are holiday themed. Most popular is the Halloween and Christmas ones. But if you find ones that are more unique, like ones that aren't just a pumpkin or a Santa, but you find something like a church or Dracula, those ones can be worth more. For instance, I was at Goodwill one time and I found a Don Featherstone turkey blow mold for Thanksgiving, and I don't decorate for Thanksgiving, so I decided to sell it. And I bought it for $10 and I sold it for $200. So if you spot a unique blow mold, it might be worth something. Personally, I'm looking for one of the gnome blow molds. I've never seen one in person, and I could put that blow mold out like in the spring and summer, so I'm hoping to find that one day. So most recently, blow molds have had such a resurgence that you can actually buy them new in store again. A few years back, I bought a retro Santa blow mold at Menards. They have some, so if you have a Menards near you, you can always check. I actually got mine on clearance in January, so that's why I bought it. And Target has started selling brand new blow molds, and those sell out so fast. They sell for only $10, so it makes sense that they sell out really fast. I bought this blow mold at Target this year, and it was $30. It's battery operated, which is super nice. You don't have to worry about plugging it in somewhere. I bought it because I think it was modeled after a vintage blow mold, and I've never seen that blow mold in person, and it's very expensive, so I don't think I'm ever going to be able to own it. And I really like that stores are selling new blow molds because it gives us peasants the opportunity to actually purchase blow molds that look cute without spending a fortune. Do you like that stores are selling new blow molds? Do you buy new blow molds, or do you exclusively do vintage? Let me know in the comments. For the most part, I do vintage only, and I just wait patiently for good deals. The most I've ever spent on a blow mold was $45, and that was for the rare Dracula one. This one, I know I paid like $2 for it at a thrift store. My advice on where to buy vintage blow molds would definitely be check out thrift stores when they're doing their seasonal changeover. So you can ask them when their Halloween stuff is coming out. If they have a Christmas open house scheduled, go on that first day. Otherwise, I have really good luck at flea markets. That's where I got this one. That's where I got this one. I paid $15 for this. You can watch me find this blow mold at a flea market. I have that video and I will link to that. If you see a photo of an estate sale with a blow mold in it, good luck getting it, because that's like the most popular item that people get at the first 5 seconds of an estate sale. The only reason I got that giant snowman blow mold was because that estate sale was not marketed on the internet. I saw a sign for it and I went to that estate sale. If there had been pictures of it on the internet, I'm sure I would not have been able to get it. So definitely check out flea markets and thrift stores for blow molds. Also, garage sales. If you can find one at a garage sale, it'll probably be dirt cheap. Do you love blow molds, or do you think they're tacky? My mom thinks that they're pretty tacky because she grew up with them in the 70s. Obviously, I think they're amazing. So let me know in the comments if you like them, why you think they're special, why you personally like to collect them. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you so much. Happy hunting and happy holidays.